Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be answering the question whether or not links still matter. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chad. The issue of backlinking is a primary concern to those people in the white label SEO community and all SEOs for that matter. And today we're talking about some interesting survey results, Chad, and I think that we can have a good discussion around this for our community. Hopefully it'll continue on in our forum. Search Engine Roundtable did a survey, had about 330 people responding, and the question was, if Google eliminated links as a ranking factor, how would you feel? No more links. How would you feel? And here are the results, Chad, to open us up. 35% said they would be excited, which is interesting. That's a little more than a third. Another third, 32%, said they'd be curious. Sort of, I don't know how I'd feel, but I'd want to find out what's going to happen. 18% said they'd be very concerned. 8% said they'd just be whatever, don't really care. And 6% said they're over and done with links. So that's how people respond to the Search Engine Roundtable. So I'd like to push this discussion along for our folks in our SEO reseller community. What's going on here, Chad?
Yeah, those are good ones, Adam. And I kind of, like, when I first read those, said, can I answer yes to all of those? Because they all are great answers. But I think one of the comments in the post was really saying, hey, look, if you don't use links, and I've tried this, I've tried building websites without any links, just writing great high quality content, my website never ranks. So how is that? How can we get away from links if it's still so ingrained in the algorithm as the question just asked? I think even Matt Cutts recently came out one of his Webmaster Tools videos and said that Google has tested this, and the way they're able to provide the highest quality search results is by using links, and in fact it's a foundation of their entire business and what they brought that was novel to web search. So I think, Adam, yeah, the question is, like, I don't think we can get rid of links, can we?
No, I think what Cutts said is pretty telling. He said if links went away today, the search results would not be as good for end users. And that's a clear signal, talking about signals, that they're still primary in the algorithm. And I agree with what you said, Chad, and what some of those comments have said. The first couple of years I was on the internet, I wrote and wrote and wrote, poured my heart out into my blog, PhD trained writer, peer review published writer, put a lot of time and energy into it, and nobody came. Very frustrating until I understood how you had to position and market and earn links, and those backlinks were really, really important, and then things started to turn around. So I think there's always been this dichotomy between sort of the what Google says and then kind of what's happening out there, and I think it's frustrating for folks, because particularly for us, Chad, we're trying to stay on the right side of the line and do things right and earn backlinks and really promote our clients doing things of quality. But if you listen to what Google's telling you, they really tell you just build it and they will come will work. We all know that's not true, and I think that's why you see these mixed results on the Search Engine Roundtable survey. Some saying curious, some saying, yeah, I'd actually just like to be rid of this whole headache. That's probably why they're excited, Chad, because it just seems like you can think you're doing everything right, and maybe you fall on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, so I think really, where does that leave us? And then we talked about this a little bit, but I'm curious what your opinion is about, what does this mean? Does this mean to run away from links and just create blog content again, or does it mean what do you need to do?
Yeah, well, that's fascinating. And here's another quote from another blog we've been tracking, Chad, that addresses just that. And they're talking about, and they say here in this quote, what constitute a good link is getting to be a smaller and smaller target from what it used to be. And while this slow degradation of bad links can erode some marketers' confidence in all links, it is in fact making the good links even better. And I think people should reflect on that. It's the proverbial don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yes, things have changed, and Google's getting smarter, and their guidelines are getting stricter, and their penalties are getting firmer. But that doesn't mean the entire activity of promoting your good content and earning good backlinks and doing the occasional guest blog post and putting out press releases, even with do follow links, is off limits. And if you listen carefully to what Cutts says, everything in moderation usually ends up being okay. And when you listen carefully and read deeply into where they've taken action and really slap some sites around and some communities around, it almost always comes down to really, really large scale of very, very low quality. So I know we all wish it was a little clearer, but I do think that there is an angle there, Chad, which comes back to a lot of things we talk about every day here.
Yeah, and I think there was another blog post that we were following last week with from Corey Collins, and he's the owner of Page One Power, and he basically said that yes, links should continue to be an editorial vote more now than ever, and his really reasons for that was that Google has gotten better, despite I think people's concerns. They have gotten better at really telling what's a high quality and what's a low quality link. He believes that webmasters have gotten smarter about when to link and when not to link, just meaning that there's more editorial thought that goes into links, and that for some of these reasons, he believes that links are here to stay, and that while we're in this kind of tumultuous time right now, that we'll come out on the other side, as you said, Adam, with basically being fewer but better links, which really will make the search results even better.
Right, so editorially placed links I think are going to become even more and more valuable as long as they stay in that algorithm, and all data points to they will, and so you need to earn them the right way. And the good news is you need less of them than you used to. You don't need to do as much link building. The bad news is the effort that goes into getting those few really good editorially placed links is probably going to be quite a bit higher. Well, we'd like to hear your comments on this debate. This is one that I'm sure will not be settled in 2014, but this is the latest iteration. Join us in our forum, drop a comment, and please subscribe to our videos.